Hey guys, how's it going? Pastor Brandon here with you, just following up after Pastor Bob's sermon, and hopefully you logged in because you're in a small group or you're doing follow up with your family, or maybe you're in a Zoom group and you guys are meeting once a week to talk about Pastor's sermon or whoever preached on Sunday's sermon. Actually, this week it was Pastor Bob. So he introduced a new sermon series, #Grateful, and we're grateful that you've logged in today to continue discussing that with one another. No matter what that looks like this week, we're glad you logged in. So #Grateful was the focus, and this week, if you looked at the devotions at all, we were talking about believing and belonging, and today I really want to kind of lean into Pastor Bob's sermon part where he was talking about becoming. And that whole idea of becoming is meaning that you're a growing follower of God. You've committed your life to Christ. You've experienced things already in your walk with Christ, and you're walking along with others, or you're leading your family along, and you're all trying to grow, and you're grateful for what God is doing in your life. So here's a question to think about. What is something new that God is doing in your life? Now, maybe you became a Christian. I was 14 when I really kind of fully understood and grasped what it meant to follow Christ. I gave my life to Christ when I was 9. At 19, re-surrendered my life to Christ. So I've gone through all these phases of my life, but God's constantly doing something new in my life. So at 46, about to be 47, I had to stop and go, okay, what is God doing today? It's great that He did those things in my past, but what's He doing today? And so a simple thing that I thought about as Pastor Bob was preaching is, where is God challenging me? And really, God has challenged me throughout this entire year to really try to figure out how I can serve Him best in the midst of this 2020 year. As a teacher, we're doing Zoom classes, so I don't get to have the connection with kids. So I'm thinking through that. How do I connect with kids? How do I connect with other people? Because we're limited to who we're hanging out with and things like that. So really, I'm just asking God, how are you trying to grow me? What is it you're trying to teach me during this time? And I have to sit and think about that, and I look at the scriptures and I lean into what God's teaching me. And so that's the challenge today. So as you're talking today, think about that. Think about, how is God challenging you to grow? What's maybe something that's happened that's deepening your faith? What has deepened your faith during this time? And it might be a struggle. It might be something that you've struggled through. It might be a success that you've had, that you feel like God's blessed you in something, and you can be thankful for that, and #grateful, right? But what are the things that God is challenging you to do? What are the things that He's blessing you in? And finally, I would just say, who is someone that maybe He's either brought into your life, or maybe He's placed you in their life so that you could both grow? And that's what I would challenge you to be thinking about this week as you're in your small groups or with your family or whoever it is you're talking with. But we want you to be challenged to continue to grow in Christ.